Hello there, and welcome to the Good Old Days of Radio Show. This is John Tefteller. It's Tuesday, and we are on number 2 of our brand new series, which is going to run as long as I feel like it or the material holds out, of lost and now found vintage radio shows. I explained on last week's Tuesday podcast what that means, so I don't really want to do that all over again. If you don't know what lost radio shows means, go listen to last Tuesday's podcast. It's a good one anyway, so you might as well do that. And if you did, then I don't need to do this again. In any case, the 20-second version is the program you're going to hear on today's podcast has not been heard since 1948. I believe, whenever this is, 1948, when it was originally broadcast. It is what was considered, it is and was, boy, bad English here. It is and was a lost show. It no longer is a lost show. It's now a found show. All right, so now that's the short version. If you want to know why and where and how, listen to last week's podcast. It would be the other episode of Sam Spade. And that is what we are going to do today. Another newly found Adventures of Sam Spade, starring Howard Duff and Lurene Tuttle in a great radio cast. And we have on hand to help me with this our resident scholar on these shows, who's much more of a scholar than I am. I tend to be more of just a accumulator/collector, not so much of a scholar, but Dr. Joe Webb is our official scholar, and he is back with us for this week, and he'll be with us for the next 2 weeks as well, featuring a show that is particularly near and dear to his heart, and we'll tease that at the end of today's program. In the meantime, welcome again to the Good Old Days of Radio Show, Dr. Joe Webb.
Happy to still be here.
Happy to still be anywhere, right?
Right.
I forget whose line that was. Some famous comedian said that.
Yes. You keep saying I'm a scholar, and people keep reminding me that PhD stands for piled higher and deeper. So,
well, I don't know. To me, you're a scholar because I know a lot about the Marx Brothers, and I guess I'm a scholar when it comes to that. All these radio shows are just like more of a fun game for me to see how many of them I can salvage from garbage cans and musty garages and old barns and wherever. I find that a challenge, and I do it because I love to find things that people say you can't find. Or it doesn't exist. That's my favorite line. Oh, that you can't find. That doesn't exist. It's a challenge. And so then I go out and sometimes I actually find them. Anyway, that's me. You're the guy that knows all the details.
I try.
Okay. Because I don't know all the details. I know what I hear, I know what I like, I know what sounds good to me, and I know what I think a modern audience will relate to, and that's what we try to accomplish here at the Good Old Days of Radio Show podcast.
And you do it so well.
Well, thank you. I try.
This is Sam Spade episode is from May 16th, 1948. And people have heard of the radio series The Man Called Echs with Herbert Marshall, which was
some people have heard of that.
Okay.
My audience is a bit younger and may not be aware. So why don't you tell what is The Man Called Echs? Because the Sam Spade show we're going to hear in a little bit is actually kind of a ripoff of another radio show, which was called A Man Called Echs.
Well, espionage was always a big radio drama topic because of the war years and the like. And there was this series, Man Called Echs, with a British actor, Herbert Marshall, who added a layer of credibility and seriousness to it. But it was almost played strictly for laughs with some of the situations that they had. Of course, there was tension and dire circumstances, and everything had to get solved within 25 minutes to save the plight of the free world. But it was not a serious enterprise in terms of the characters and some of the situations that they were in. But it was a very, very popular show. They just decided to use the title here. They call it The Girl Called Echs caper. and they spelled her last name as Echs. So the girl called, and that's almost the extent of the entire joke and relationship with the series that they're mentioned here. Although around 4 minutes into the show, Duff does make a man called Echs joke, but that's about the end of it. But these are people that Sam ends up involved with who have been stealing bonds and securities, and the sister of someone who was a bank manager who's suddenly disappeared goes to Sam Spade to help her find her brother. Her name is Elvira X, and he is Eddie X, and it's all based on a Dashiell Hammett short story called "The House on Turk Street," which was made into a movie to not so pleasant reviews back in 2002 with Samuel L. Jackson.
Huh.
It had a title called "The No Good."
2002, they made this thing as a movie?
2002, yes.
Okay.
It's a good story, and there's a marvelous audiobook up on YouTube with it, and it follows. Well, the script follows that stories pretty well, except it's been Sam Spadified, I guess. It's got the snarky comments and interesting characterizations. It even has Lurene Tuttle playing another old lady. It's not as consistently funny or interesting as last week's Yule log caper, but it's still it's Sam Spade we haven't heard in ages. This is another situation of an AFRS disc found in a stack that a group of us got together, and Jim Blackson of Pennsylvania transferred, and has not been heard except for the people who were involved in the acquisition since the original broadcast in 1948. And it's another situation where the network transcription seems lost, and
well, I can
Armed
stop
Forces
you there.
radio service.
I can stop you there with a question. On our last podcast, you mentioned that the reason there are missing Sam Spade programs is because the Dashiell Hammett, the author of the original Maltese Falcon, etc., was having some issues, he felt, with some of the things that were being done on the Sam Spade radio program. So my thought here would be, since this one is considered missing until now from an AFRS broadcast, this would be a likely candidate for one of the shows that might have been sent off to those lawyers for examination.
It is, but as you know, transcription discs will be missing for all kinds of reasons.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't know if this would have been one of them.
No, that's just a theory. I'm giving you my official Sam Spade theory here.
You're skillful at finding these. Pretty soon there'll be a radio drama about your hunt for discs.
Well, I don't know how many people would listen to that, but okay. Anyway, so sorry to interrupt you with that, but I just had that thought. It's like, if this is so close to that story, and Hammett may not have been so thrilled or wanted to examine more closely what they had done with his story.
I think those that litigation was more about the character and who owned the character for this particular purpose. Okay. It's an interesting thing. When William Spier was doing Suspense, CBS owned Suspense, but Spier owned the rights for the production, had his own production company for Sam Spade. So that's one reason why Sam Spade could jump from network to network, as they each made a different deal with Spier. In that, so it was Spier's relationship with Dashiell Hammett, I believe, if I'm understanding it correctly, that became the issue here, and supposedly is the reason why a detective named Sam is in House in Cypress Canyon, because had the name Sam Spade been used, some kind of payment would have been due to Mr. Hammett. So this tension seems to go back and forth a little bit. So, to be a fly on the wall between these two guys,
and
right?
For those in the younger audience that don't know what House in Cypress Canyon is, You need to look it up.
Yes.
We have played it here on the podcast. I don't know what episode number it is, but if you search within our website, database, whatever, for the podcast with House in Cypress Canyon on it, find it. Listen to it with the lights out. It's considered one of the all-time great horror shows of radio.
Yes. And last week you really enjoyed Yule Log Caper with Hans Conried.
Absolutely.
Hans Conried is in the House in Cypress Canyon too.
That's right, he is.
Yes. All right. Well, shall we go? And then I'll talk about the cast when we get back.
Okay. This is The Adventures of Sam Spade, Detective, starring Howard Duff with Lurene Tuttle and a radio cast, which we will discuss when we come back. From May what?
May 16th, 1948.
May 16th, 1948. A Girl Called Echs.
The Adventures of Sam Spade.
To Detective Lieutenant Dundee, Homicide Detail, San Francisco Police. From Samuel Spade, license number 1375596. Subject, the girl called Echs. Dear Dundee, at 10:30 this a.m., my secretary, Effie, tiptoed in from the outer office, closed the door, and leaned her back against it.
Sam, I don't think she has much money.
Hmm?
Her clothes are, well, she isn't dressed like some of them.
You mean she's a misfit?
No, she's a Miss X.
Huh?
And I think you ought to talk to her, Sam. She seems nice. She has red hair.
Well, money isn't everything. Shoo her in, Effie. Shoo her in.
All right, Sam. You may come in now. Thank you for seeing me, Mr. Spade.
It's my pleasure and my business. Sit down.
This is the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, Mr. Spade. But I know it's the only way. I want you to talk my brother into surrendering to the police.
I see. Well, I think we'd better start with your name.
Oh, yes, of course. My last name is X.
X?
Yes, Echs.
Oh.
My first name is Elvira.
Elvira X. Address?
The Alamo Apartment, 914 Grove. My phone number is 81714.
8171714. All right, Miss X. Now, suppose you tell me about it from the beginning. That is, from as far back as you can.
I'm afraid it isn't very far. Eddie arrived in San Francisco day before yesterday. He's a bank messenger, works in Los Angeles.
Eddie's your brother?
Yes, Edward. He was tired after his trip, and while he was freshening up, I unpacked his bag. And under all his clothes, I found a bundle of securities. They were bonds, I think, with coupons on them. I didn't get a chance to count them, so I don't know what they were worth, but it was over $100,000. I was standing there with them in my hand when he came back into the room. When he saw me, he acted like a wild man. He tore them away from me and pushed me onto the floor. Then he stood over me and admitted that he'd stolen them.
Oh, now, please, Miss X, I won't do any good. Now, stop it.
I can't help it. Who are you calling? The police.
It's all right. I won't tell you.
Central Precinct Station, Sergeant Benson.
Sam Spade, Benson.
Oh, yeah. How's Trick, Sam?
Okay, Benson, you got anything on a guy named Eddie X? That's Echs?
Wait a minute. Yeah, Sam. Came in yesterday. Eddie X.
Mm-hmm.
Employed as bank messenger. Wanted by Los Angeles for grand larceny. Bond, 21, 67 and a half, 174, medium, brown, oval face, gold brickwork and lower left jaw. Scar on left chest. Next of kin, Sister Elvira. $500 reward. You caught sight of him, Sam?
Not yet. Thanks, Benson. Is your brother still at your house, Miss X?
No. He ran out after the quarrel we had, but I followed him. He's at 107 Jones Street. It's a boarding house. At least he was there last night. Oh, Mr. Spade, you've got to convince him that the only thing to do is to surrender and explain everything and just hope that those who judge him will understand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, here...
We'll talk about the fee later. Now, you go back to your place, Miss X. I'll talk to Eddie if I can and let you know how it all works out.
What do you want?
I'm looking for a man called Echs. And I don't mean Herbert Marshall. Eddie Echs. Does he live here?
Oh, him. Yes, he lives here. He never lets me forget it. You want to call it living, what him and his friends does up there for enjoyment.
Oh,
They drinks.
I see. His room is upstairs, huh?
Say, how'd you know that?
Deduced it.
Well, you're a clever boy. If you ask me, the trouble is the internal triangle.
Internal triangle?
Yep. Here, these stairs, that's it. If that there woman to get a friend for the gent that gets left out, or make up her mind between the two of them.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
There was a terrible row last night. Me who tries to run a respectable house.
Yeah, I know. It's tough these days.
Oh, these stairs. Wrecking my furniture and all of them falling down on my floors.
That's a pity.
Drinks, they does. And throws the dead soldiers out the windows. Oh, hear him. Groaning and cursing the day he was born. Hangover it is, and you're welcome to him. Ain't enough to have the plumbing backing up all the time.
Yeah, it's a sour racket. Eddie Echs was suffering from more than a hangover. He was kneeling at the side of a rumpled bed trying to get up onto it. He'd crawled to it from the middle of the floor, leaving a trail of red in the carpeting. There was a wound in his left temple that could have been caused by a 25 or 32 caliber slug. His lips were blue, his flesh was already cold, and there was only a faint throb of pulse in his throat. Never mind the bed, Eddie. Who was it? Who was it, Eddie? Who shot you? What do you mean, Hawk? You hawked the bonds?
Help me.
Who did it, Eddie? Where can I find him?
Turk Street.
Where on Turk Street? 200 what?
Hello?
Miss X?
Yes?
This is Sam Spade.
Oh, did you find Eddie?
I'm sorry, your brother's dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Somebody shot him.
Shot him. He was shot?
Positive. I'm with him now. He's dead.
But shot?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Eddie, why did you do it?
I know it's rough, sweetheart, but I'll help you all I can. I've got to call the police now and stick here until they show up. Then they're going to want you to identify the body.
Oh, no, sir. At the morgue.
It's all right. I'll be with you. I'll pick you up and we'll go down together. I phoned you, Dundee. There was nothing in the room for a lead except under the bed there was a piece of a man's shirt collar, size 18, complete with laundry mark. The place had been ripped to pieces, and I mean ripped. The furniture upholstery had been slashed open, and every wooden surface in the room was scratched. Not just scratches like happen normally, but deep, gouged-out cuts, as if a carpenter had gone berserk with a chisel or screwdriver. Pretty soon, you and your boys arrived. You recall what Doc Schwartz said.
This one wasn't shot. The wound in his head was caused by a blow from a pointed steel instrument. Ice tongue, possibly, or a fish gaff, or maybe a meat hook.
Hook. That word and 200-something Turk Street were all that poor dying Eddie had been able to give me. I kissed you goodbye. My first stop on Turk Street was called the Parisian Chinese Hand Laundry.
Oh, yes, sir. You come back tomorrow. Laundry not ready.
No, I don't want any laundry. I want some information.
Oh, you come back tomorrow. Oh, bundle ready.
No, look. Here, I want you to look at this.
Oh, old material are not responsible.
No, I'm not accusing you of damaging anything. This got torn in a fight or something. Piece of a man's shirt.
You come back tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, but right now I want you to tell me first. Is this one of your laundry marks?
Yes.
Which one of your customers?
Wait. I look. You are detective?
Yeah.
This mark, yes. Old customer. No name. Take a ticket. Return same.
Uh-huh. You know which house he lives in? It's 200-something Turk Street.
No address. Leave bundle, call for same.
Anything special about him?
Special?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I don't notice.
He got anything in here now?
Oh, no laundry. Pick up bundle this morning.
Didn't leave any.
No laundry. Only gloves for cleaning.
Mind if I have a look at those gloves?
Sure. Right here on the counter. Three pair.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's a pretty big man by the size of his hand. Big man? Tall?
Oh, I don't know that.
Say, you must have already cleaned some of these.
No, not clean. Just like brought in.
Yeah, but the left ones are all dirty and the right ones are clean as a whistle. Look.
All the same. Only one glove dirty. He sent both anyway.
How come?
I don't notice. Sorry, I'd like to help.
That's okay. You've helped a lot. You really have.
You come back tomorrow.
He'd helped all right, but that didn't make it easy. I still had a whole block of Turk Street to canvass. I went from door to door, ringing each bell and reciting a myth that went something like this. I'm from the law office of Wellington and Berkeley. One of our clients, an elderly lady, was thrown from the rear platform of a streetcar last week and severely injured. Among those who witnessed the accident was a large man with his right arm either crippled or amputated. Do you know of anyone who looks like that? All down one side of the block, the answers were no. I crossed Turk Street and started on the other side. First house, no. Second, no. Third, fourth. But, oh boy, the fifth house.
The United States Armed Forces Radio Service is presenting the weekly adventure of Dashiell Hammett's famous private detective, Sam Spade.
No one came to the door in answer to my first ring. After a while, I rang again. Then I leaned on it. Through the glass, I saw a little old woman hurrying down the corridor toward the door. She was a very fragile little old woman with a piece of gray knitting in one hand and faded eyes that twinkled pleasantly behind gold-rimmed spectacles. She wore a stiffly starched apron over a black dress.
Good evening. Is it the Salvation Army?
Well, no, not exactly. As a matter of fact,
Won't you come in, please?
No, thank you. I just want a little information. I won't take up much of your time.
I wish you would come in. I'm sure my tea is getting cold.
Oh, well, in that case,
Just in here. My husband and I. Thomas?
Oh, yes, my dear.
Thomas, this is Mr.
Tracy.
Squires is our name. Sit down. Pour Mr. Tracy some tea, my dear.
Well, thank you, but I'm not very thirsty.
Oh, but you must.
Well, to be absolutely truthful, I don't care much for tea, Mrs. Squire.
Oh, but you like this tea. It's our own blend. I insist you try just one cup. Won't you, please?
Well, okay, just one cup. Thanks. The reason for my ringing your bell, you see, I'm from the law office of Wellington.
No talk of business until you've drunk your tea and sampled some of my spice cooking.
Spice cooking.
You're tired and you need this little relaxation, doesn't he, Thomas?
Well,
Yes, indeed. Nothing relaxes a man like a cup of tea.
and it was relaxing, almost too relaxing. After the first cup, I didn't have the heart to refuse a second. And when I told them my yarn about the streetcar accident, I came as near to blushing as I ever have. This gentle old couple weren't meant to be lied to. By the third cup of tea, I was beginning to feel a little drowsy, but I drank it anyway to ease my conscience and let them prattle
This
on.
man is a hefty fellow, crippled in one arm.
Well, maybe just the head. Might keep the bum hand in his pocket, wears a white shabby glove out, a good one.
Thomas, might that be the man who lived in the house with the railing?
Right.
The one who always looked so worried?
By George, I wonder. Sort of slouches along, both hands.
They went on like that. I didn't expect to get any information here, but I was comfortable. The room with its old-fashioned furnishings was pleasant in the deepening twilight, and the gentle voices of the old couple rippled and murmured against the muted sounds of the city outside. I was so relaxed I could hardly lift the fourth cup of tea, but I could have sworn that something cold touched the nape of my neck just as I dozed off. It felt like a gun muzzle.
Oh, give me that stuff. You brought the Shabbos in here to clear the table. That's what you did. Get out of this.
When I came to, there were still voices off somewhere, but these voices were neither elderly nor soothing. I was still sitting in the same high-backed chair, but it didn't feel as comfortable as it had before. My arms were tied to the chair's arms, my legs to the chair's legs, my body to the chair's back and seat. I started to say something sensible, but a strip of adhesive tape over my mouth made speech difficult. I opened my left eye a slit, and I saw it. It was hanging down almost in my face. It was made of forged steel and was shaped like a hook. It was hanging out of a man's coat sleeve. I closed my eyes and listened some more.
Let's hear that story again, gorgeous.
Hook, please, you've got to believe me.
You come in an hour ago.
The way we planned, meeting here for the dinner, you and I and Monty.
Why don't you leave her alone, Hook? She got it, didn't she? She brought the bomb back.
But why? To scramble to that briefcase and threaten to yell cop if I followed her. Tried to stop her, she comes crawling back. Why? Where were you between the time I had to clip that kid and the time you showed up here?
I told you. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just riding around in a taxi trying to think what to do.
Oh, before you trusted me to think what to do.
We never had any killings before.
So you walk in here, and this Joe's hog-tied to a chair. It passed out cold. Where were the old man and the old lady again?
I don't know. There was nobody in the house.
Nobody tied him up. Nobody give him knockout drops. He's a yogi escape artist and drinks Mickeys for tics.
All right. I lied to you, Hook. I'll tell you the truth. After Eddie was killed, I got panicky.
Yeah.
I called Monty. He talked me into double-crossing you and running away with him.
It's a lie.
Shut up, Monty.
I said it's a
Go
lie.
on.
Well, we sent the old man and his wife away and started packing. Then this detective came to the door. Monty was afraid he might have seen us through the window, so
Now.
I should have known better than to try to fool you, Hook. Will you forgive me?
I forgive, but him.
Oh, no. She's lying. No.
As soon as I heard Hook take out after the one they called Monty, I opened my eyes again. The girl was looking up the stairs after them. Then she turned back. I played possum again. I caught a whiff of her perfume as she walked past my chair to the other side of the room. When she came back, she was carrying a briefcase, bank messenger type, with a combination lock, a gun, police type, and a knife, snap blade type. She stopped beside my chair. Then I heard the knife spring release.
Hey, what are you trying to do?
Don't try to talk. I'll take the gag off last. Now listen, I'm cutting these ropes, but don't jump up and start something foolish. Stay in the chair and keep the gag on until
Nuts, I've had enough.
Don't be a fool. They've got a whole arsenal upstairs, machine guns and everything. They may be fighting now, but they'll get together soon enough if they think that... There they come now. Sit still. Don't try anything
Hey,
until...
come on, my right leg's still tied. I can't get out of here.
No time now.
Don't be. Then if it was all lies, tell him. He'll
Stop it, Hook. This joke's gone far enough. If there are any more killings...
Let go of me or I'll kill you, too.
It caught him in the same place that had caught poor little Eddie Echs in the back of the skull. I didn't even see Monty fall. The big man's bulk was between us. I waited for him to turn on me, but he'd forgotten me. He headed straight for the girl, his huge feet treading as gracefully as a bullfighter. The hook he used for a right hand curved out and downwards like a matador's sword when he moves in for the kill. She leveled the police special and glared at him defiantly, but he kept on coming. He was maybe 8 feet away from her when she threw a lightning glance in my direction and tossed the gun to me. It fell short of the chair. I scrambled for it. The chair went over with it. But I had it when Hook twisted his body around to face me. A bellow came from deep within his chest, and he came hurtling across the room. He either didn't see that I had the gun or he didn't care. I waited until he was nearly on top of me. He braced his left hand on the chair that still held me by the leg. Then that right arm flew out in the killer move I'd just seen. I couldn't wait then. His chest was only 3 feet from me when I fired, but for a second I had the crazy notion that the slug hadn't connected. Then he looked down in surprise. A crimson stain was spreading out like a bullseye on the front of his dirty white skivvy shirt. The hook flung out wildly, clutching the edge of the fireplace mantel, and he hauled himself up to his full height Then he tottered backwards, scraping the bric-a-brac off the shelf as the hook slid across it. He may have been half a minute falling down, but it seemed like an hour. Then, with the full length of his huge frame sprawled halfway across the room, he gave out with a terrible, long, drawn-out roar like a dying animal.
Is he dead?
Get away from me.
Oh, Sam,
Sit down.
No,
Sit down, I said. I want to take a good look. I want to see what a dame looks like that can come into my office and put on an act like that when she's left a poor dumb kid dying on the other side of town.
I suppose I owe
You shut up.
Well,
I made this much for myself. Monty was the brains of your outfit. Your grip was a variant of the always reliable Badger game. Monty would pick out some kid who was a messenger or a runner for a bank or a broker, carried large amounts of cash and negotiable securities, and you'd go to work on him. Lead him gently around to running away with you and whatever he could grab in the way of bonds or currency.
Yes, but
and wherever you settled down after your flight, Hook would appear, foaming at the mouth and loaded for bear in his role of the irate husband.
That's the way we
So
worked
you'd
it.
save his life, and he'd be eternally grateful to you, even though he wound up without either the girl or the fruits of his thievery.
They were punks. Scared, sniveling punks. All except Eddie. Eddie put up a fight. But that wasn't why Hook killed him.
Why did he?
I don't know. Maybe he thought I'd kind of fallen for Eddie.
You got the idea of hiring me to nail Hook for Eddie's killing. A sweet revenge and a sweet $100,000. What did you have against Monty?
Nothing.
Getting Hook to kill Monty showed talent. The way you got me to kill Hook for you. That was sheer genius.
He was a killer, Sam. He deserved to die. Sam, you see how beautifully everything's worked out. Now we're safe. They're just us. And all that money.
Just us and all that money. Will you tell people that you're my sister now?
Eddie was bonded. The bonding company has to pay it back.
And who are you going to sucker into knocking me off?
Sam, behind you. Watch out!
Oh, no, please, not that old dodge.
It's not a dodge, Mr. Spade.
Huh?
Step aside, Mr. Spade, so I can keep her covered. Risk them coming.
All right, my dear.
And that, Dundee, is when the house on Turk Street returned to normal again, whatever that was. The little old woman who'd slept me the knockout drops was standing in the doorway, still looking as gentle and fragile as ever, except for the lethal-looking cocked revolver in her hand. Her husband also held a cocked revolver, the mate of his wife's. He took the revolver Elvira had tossed to me a few minutes before, the one I'd used to drop Hook, broke it, looked at the cylinder, looked surprised, and handed it back. Then he examined my identification, looked surprised again, and crossed to where Elvira was standing. He didn't search her at all. He just took her two hands in his and looked her in the eye with a sad, grandfatherly look. There was only a whisper of a click when he snapped the handcuffs over her wrists. Period, and a report.
But Sam, who were you? I mean, who were they? I mean, it's...
Are you through now?
Well, shouldn't you include everything in?
Well, I have to leave a few things for Dunny to figure out for himself. It's only sporting.
Oh, of course.
Honor among detectives.
Yeah. Oh, Sam, couldn't you tell me on the duty?
You type that up, sweetheart, and I'll tell you as much as I think you should know.
Well, here it is, Sam. And I must say several other questions come to mind.
Well, one at a time, sweetheart.
Well,
Dispose of this list first. 1, who were Mr. and Mrs. Squires? Answer. They were, in truth, a pair of insurance operatives named Warren Beating and Eliza Strand.
But how...
They were employed by the Acme Bonding Company of Los Angeles to track down the missing bonds.
But then...
The real Mr. and Mrs. Squires owned the house on Turk Street and took in boarders, namely Hook and Monty.
But who...
The elderly sleuths, who were my hosts at tea, persuaded them to leave the premises by some clever ruse or other and were busy frisking Hook's room and wiring the house when I arrived.
But
They mistook me for one of the criminals, clean-cut as I am, hence the Mickey.
Oh, my goodness. Do detectives get old like that?
They get old like anybody, like secretaries.
But, Sam, how do you know for sure that Elvira was just using you to kill Mr. Hook for?
The gun she tossed me. Only one bullet in it.
Oh, maybe she just heard what a crack shot you are.
You know best.
Uh-huh. Good night, John.
Good night, sweetheart.
The Adventures of Sam Spade, Private Detective, is a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
All right, that was A Gal Called Echs from The Adventures of Sam Spade, Detective. Not heard since 1948 until now, courtesy of Dr. Joe Webb and the buying group that purchased the original transcription discs on eBay, along with a bunch of others, sometime within the last year or so. So, Dr. Joe Webb, back with you. I have a question totally unrelated to this broadcast, and then we will proceed with your analysis of this particular show. It is my understanding, and again, this is a question for you, is it correct or not correct that Humphrey Bogart appeared in the first season of Sam Spade on radio?
I am not aware of that at all.
You've never heard that?
No.
Okay. And this goes back in my ever-aging brain, but in my ever-aging brain, there is something that tells me that one of the people involved with the Sam Spade radio show who came to Spurdvac or Pacific Pioneer Broadcasters and gave a talk, said to the audience that in the first season of The Adventures of Sam Spade, Humphrey Bogart made either appearances for the first 2 or 3 months or was on the entire first season. I can't remember exactly what the story was, but if
I
that
don't
means
believe
nothing to you, then maybe it's not true.
I don't believe that's true, but one resource that I think people who love the Sam Spade series should have is Martin Graham's book, which was published in 2007. And Martin would have uncovered something like that.
Okay, it's not in his book because I don't have his book. Okay.
It's called The Radio Adventures of Sam Spade. It is not available on Amazon, but it is available on Martin Graham's website. And when it's not available on Amazon, that usually means that Martin's inventory has been going down.
Okay.
So in the show notes, there will be a link to that, and I think it's on sale for like $17.
Yeah,
it's very good.
I should get myself one because I'm in a little bubble of a world here, and I didn't know that anybody wrote a book on Sam Spade radio shows. But
well, he
if
actually
anybody
has two,
did, it would be him. So yes,
our most prolific friend, Mr. Martin Graham.
Yeah, well, he's prolific with coffee now.
Yes, he certainly is. Yes, for those we have to explain.
Martin, explain my jokes. Yes,
Martin in high school wrote a book about the series Suspense with a complete log of what was known at that time, with all the resources that were available at that time. Since then, we've exploded with information. But he has been writing books about radio programs, certain television franchises and the like for years. He's got a great book on the time tunnel. So yes, he has started a coffee shop, and now he might be on the verge of opening the third one.
Yeah,
So
as I
he's
say,
doing
coffee
very
is
well.
ruling his life because
It certainly is.
honestly, there's not much money in writing about vintage radio shows.
No.
And if you have to survive and have a wife and a family, you kind of have to do something besides write about vintage radio shows or play them like we do on this podcast.
Yes. Yes. But the stores, I looked at some of the things that Martin was doing in terms of marketing plans and stuff like that. And he is such a intrinsically smart business person, even though he was never a business major or anything like that. He's doing extremely, extremely well. He is.
Well, maybe he'll make enough money selling coffee that at some point he can go back to writing more radio books. I don't know if he wants to hear that, so I don't even know if he's listening to this. But if he is, hi, Martin. We're talking about you.
Oh, if you want a recommendation on one of Martin's greatest books, Duffy's Tavern. His Duffy's Tavern book is absolutely stupendous.
Okay, I'll have to get that one too. I have the I Love a Mystery book.
Yes,
I do have that.
All right, so let's get back before we forget
before
what
we
happened
lose
in this
the
episode.
entire audience here with this chit chat. It's amusing to us.
Yes.
Back to a gal called Echs. Tell us more about this one.
At around 12 minutes, someone asks Sam Spade his name, and he says his name is Tracy. Obviously, a reference to Dick Tracy.
Oh.
Now, the character was always giving false names to people who he wanted to, get information out of, and it could be any name, and sometimes it would be something like that people would say, "Oh yeah, he just told him he's Dick Tracy." So that was a common theme. So it's that's all that's meant there. He didn't want to. It's almost like if you've ever watched the Rockford Files, how he gives somebody a false name when he's meeting them the first time. He wants to get some information out of them. It's a similar kind of thing there. Sam Spade, the character, probably had a lot to do with the way the Rockford Files was written. Anyway, here's the cast. Thanks to Carl Shadow and Keith Scott. Jeanette Nolan was Elvira Echs. Jay and also Eliza. Jay Novello played Sergeant Benson. Lurene Tuttle, of course, was Effie, but she plays another old lady here. Sidney Miller played Doc. Joe Kearns was the laundryman and a character named Warren Beating. John McIntyre played Monty. No one can figure out who Eddie X is because there was just a little too much scratch distortion on the AFRS disc. But one day we may figure that out. So that's the cast.
Do the scripts for Sam Spade exist anywhere?
I haven't found all of them. We should go take a look at that because there's a very good chance that all of them are at the University of Wisconsin. And the people there to work with have been just absolutely marvelous because that's where the Spear Havoc papers are. William Spear and June Havoc is his wife. And it's been something very curious when I worked on that part of the suspense series because I would request copies of scripts from them, and they were copies of Spear's personal scripts with his notations on them.
Well, that's great.
But they weren't the production scripts.
Oh. Well,
so
okay.
It was like once or twice removed from the final script before they got into the studio. So there was no cast information or anything like on it yet, unless he knew that a guest star was signed up for that particular script. Guest stars are usually signed 6 to 8 weeks in advance of their appearance, but they may not have assigned any of the other cast yet. So those scripts were earlier in the production process than the ones that we like to get, which are the actual ones used in the studio that have the full cast. So,
another task
the answer
for
is yes
somebody
and no.
to do. Another task for somebody to do. I remember this was 1980 or so, going to June Havoc's place in Southern California and getting her transcription discs and her telling numerous stories about her relationship with her husband. Anyway.
Yes. Should we just leave it at that?
Yeah, there was some contention there, shall we say. Anyway.
Yes.
But a couple brand new Sam Spades came out of that venture into her garage.
Yes.
They're not new now. They've been circulating ever since, but I still have original first generation tapes of those. Anyway, okay, so anything else on this particular show?
No, I think we are all set and ready to tease next week.
Go ahead and
which
tease away.
we're gonna meet someone who's the champion of the people next week.
Who would that be?
I don't know.
Oh,
it could be.
You don't want to say? Oh, well, go ahead. It could be.
Well, it could be Mr. District Attorney.
Well, he sounds like he's the champion of all the people. I don't know which Mr. District Attorney this is, but I guess we'll find out next week.
Yes.
So we will be back next month. Yes, it's going to be a month. We'll be back next month with another lost radio show that's now found. So come back once again next month. Dr. Joe Webb will be with us next month and for the next few months on Tuesday, once a month, to feature some of these lost and now found radio programs.